This is Arvin Vora, founder of Vora Method and author of The Equation for Excellence, How to Make Your Child Excel at Math. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to do extremely well on the SSAT. The SSAT, that's a test you take if you're applying to a private school. And the first thing I want to do is get rid of the worst myth out there, which is that the SSAT, the upper level SSAT, is easier than the SAT. It's not, it's harder. The SSAT has a bigger range of questions. And here's why. Some people taking the SSAT are going to be 8th graders. Some will be 11th graders. They're taking the same test, so there's going to be a big range of questions. Some questions will be 8th grade level questions. Some are going to be advanced 11th grade level questions. The easiest questions on the SSAT are going to be easier than the easiest questions on the SAT. But here's the fact. The hardest questions on the SSAT will be harder than the hardest questions on the SAT. Getting a perfect score on the SSAT is very, very difficult and requires very intensive training. Now, the percentiles are different. See, everyone takes the SAT. Not everyone takes the SSAT. It's a self-selecting sample. Only the most motivated students take the SSAT. So the percentiles are different. Getting an 85th percentile on the SSAT is like getting a 99th percentile on the SAT. That's the difference. Now, if you're applying to a school that requires, say, an 85th percentile, I recommend a minimum of a year of training. 2 months of training is not going to do it. If you're applying to a school like Exeter that requires a 93rd percentile or higher on the SSAT, then you need to put in at least 18 months of intensive SSAT training. And now something that you just do, once a week or once every 2 weeks, you're going to have to come in multiple times a week, and it's going to be very, very intensive training. Now, the big question people ask is, can you just get better at this just by doing test-taking strategies? No. Some strategies will maybe make you a little bit more comfortable, but if you want to knock this test out of the park, you're going to have to learn more stuff. You're going to have to learn a lot more vocab words. That means either flashcards, vocabulary synapse, or some other very serious and very intensive vocabulary program. For math, you're going to have to learn a year or two of additional math. So if you're in pre-algebra right now, expect to learn all of algebra, algebra 2, maybe even a little bit of pre-cal. That's what it takes to do exceptionally well on the SSAT. Listen, at Vora Method, we have an incredible track record with the SSAT because we take it seriously. The biggest mistake you can make is to think of this as like a lightweight version of the SAT. It's not. It's the heavyweight version of the SAT. In order to do well, you're going to have to learn a couple of years worth of material. But here's the thing, at Vora Method, you can definitely do that. We know how to do that. We've helped many students like you do that. Doesn't matter where you're starting out. We can help you build up those skills. But it's so important that you recognize how advanced this test is. This is one of the most advanced standardized tests anywhere. Be ready for intense training to help you dominate this test and get a world-class SSAT score.